Hey y'all, this is part 2 of these are requested questions for Diana Ross and Michael Jackson. Okay. Now, in my last video, somebody left a comment and they said that yeah, and Diana was married to Prince Williams. That is the wrong Diana. But you know, when people do stuff like that, it really raises a red flag to me. Cause I really be thinking behind people intentions, like what would make sense. And the conclusion, the conclusion is usually confusion. So, if you start acting like an agent, I'm gonna start looking at you like you're an agent. And but continue to be yourself, and if I was wrong, matter of fact, before I judge your ass, let me look that up. Let me look up if Diana Ross was married to Prince William. Look, I just seen 222 on the phone. I don't know what that means, but I feel like it's relevant. And I feel like that. All right. Because, it's a possibility. But it's like, or was it Prince Charles? I would check. Prince Charles. Okay. Let me check that one. It looked like it's a no. That's what it looking like. Let me see. Let me see. Diana Ross do like her some white man, but cause that's why I had to go check. Cause I'm like, she do like her some old ugly ass white man. mm. But let's look. Let's look. I think it's a no. I think it's a no. Um, but there's a certain type of energy they show up sometimes, and they go out their way to be wrong or to lead to confusion. So do what you do. But I do be seeing that shit. Make sure and believe if you get too out of hand and I have something to say, I'ma say it, you know. So I don't know. Cause there's a few of y'all. Y'all really got my attention. I remember y'all. Batteries not included. You. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to check you at one point, but then I felt guilty about it. Like, damn, maybe I shouldn't like go that hard on her and everything. But nah, I should have kept it because like there's a certain energy that come in my comments and they will move the same. I got used to seeing this energy and they purposely, and everybody got them. I be seeing certain energies and other people comments and stuff like that. And it'd be funny as fuck to me a lot of the times. You could just so clearly see them, like where their mind is at, their whole purpose for commenting and everything. I was really looking at the conscious community, right? Because damn, is this gotta be something separate? I might make this separate. And it's because I started seeing a lot of people act like spiritual soul to be like funny because spiritual soul is naturally funny. Like when he be talking, the characteristics that he doing stuff is funny. And I believe he know that. And so it's a lot of people who like to make jokes, memes, or whatever, but it's not like in a degrading way. They just mimic him. But some people, like, I like this one person called Girl He Funny as Hell. I think that's his title name. Girl He Funny as Hell. I could tell that he had real creativity. Like he put thought into his skits and everything. And I appreciate art, you know. Something that people put thought into and everything like that. But so I don't really watch spiritual, so I came across him a few times, but I never really watch him consistently or something like that or whatever. But because of the skit, I went and looked up spiritual soul and everything. And this video came up. This video came up of some girl that he was dating. Um, but you know, and I think this was probably like 2017 or something like that. Like some light-skinned girl or whatever. And it just seemed like he really didn't respect this girl. Like it might have been other things behind the scene. I don't know. I don't want to dig too deep into it and everything, but then I just was thinking about other people that I came across in this conscious community, and they would really have some groupie hippie bitches, you know? Like at first, I'm just like, I don't know, it just be weird because these women, it's like they predators, you know? That's how I look at their energy because it's real obvious that they want to get close for like a very particular reason. And these women don't have no like personality of their own. They just become whatever they hear this person say that they want. So they're not even really their real person. And they always trying to like prove themselves to these people. But it's like all the same. Like it's actually boring as fuck. And I'm thinking that because these men in the conscious community are conscious, they will be seeing it too. But nah, actually, these motherfuckers get used to dealing with these type of bitches, you know. Um, like so far, honestly, when I have came across people in this so-called conscious community and their past will come up when it comes to relating to like relationships and stuff like that. You know, it'd be really intriguing. It'd be really interesting because, you know, you would see them doing the opposite of what they talk about. So, and the only person I haven't seen do that is Bobby Hemmett because um Bobby Hemmett is just a real ass person. Like I seen him in his videos be in love with somebody, but he respecting this woman. He's open and honest about his love for this woman. He's extremely faithful and he get with women with like psychic abilities and sensitivity and everything like that, and he's not afraid of it. Okay. So um I seen him be like that, you know, but he do talk about his past sometimes before he was conscious. See what I'm saying? Before he was conscious, um, he basically said he was a hoe or whatever. Okay. But once he became conscious, the way that he started to understand things, he understood that he needed like a woman of value and stuff like that, and he appreciated the women he was with. And sometimes when he talk about his relationships, he wasn't into like the stereotypical shit, like as in feeling like she need to cook and clean. Nah. Uh they probably doing like they probably learning a lot from each other. You know what I'm saying? And he talk about his relationships like he knew that it was something to strengthen his spirituality, and he saw it like that and he treated it like that. So when it comes to like this worldly shit or whatever, when it comes to gender roles and all of that, that didn't matter. Like they focus on the spirituality. Even so, I heard him talk about um, he dated a younger woman before, and when she got older, they've been together for a long time, I think like maybe over 10 years or something. She said that she felt like it's time for her to be single and see what else out there, because she got with him when she was like 20, and she haven't experienced things. And I understand that energy and he understand it too, because I remember um my bestie, the person she was married to, he was slightly younger, but he also never been in a relationship before. And I remember telling her years ago, like, I think it's gonna come a day that he will be curious of like what else is out there. Cause that's like natural. That's like a natural thing. And because they will feel like, they will never know. It's a feeling of not feeling like complete, or sometimes you have to experience other things in order to learn things about yourself. And, you know, my home girl, I told her that and everything, and it happened and whatnot. Is everything, hold on, testing and whatnot. Um, but her now ex-husband, he handled it in a toxic way. You know, the way that he handled it, he was immature with it. But he also didn't have a good father figure. So, you have to think about shit like that for real, for real. Especially when dating people and stuff. And I feel like it's a possibility that a man can be, I guess, balanced without a father figure, but I don't know. I really don't know. I kind of feel like it's kind of necessary in some type of way. Yeah, for real. Even if it's not their father, just uh, a balanced male, and they don't have to like. They have a healthy relationship with this man. This man guide them in the right way. And the man don't even have to be stereotypical. Like this could be a man that dressed like a woman or something like that, but you know, their wisdom is cherished. And, you know, like whatever you choose to come into this existence as, there's a reason for that. Now, I'm not against like transgenders or nothing like that. Like I feel like you should have the experience that you want, but you should have a better understanding of why you even feel like that, you know, because regardless of whatever, there's a lot of drawbacks to being a transgender. Like for me, even if I wanted to be a man, that shit is like super expensive. And if you stop taking the medication, it could really put your body through it. And then when you get the surgeries, that's really shocking, I think. And then you have to do upkeep on it. It's maintenance. It's just like it make life harder. Okay. I'm just saying it make life harder. So you choosing that means that you fighting for something. This it don't even have to do with you wanting to be a man and you a woman or whatever. It has something to do with your traumas, okay? Like you probably most likely um fighting against your family or something like that, and you want to prove them wrong or right in some type of way. It's crazy how that shit work out. It really is. And that could be a lot of people fuel to keep going, keep making their life harder and harder and harder. Um, because really they angry about something. Really, they don't know how to deal with something, you know? And if they was to heal that, uh, you might not make that decision because you just be like, man, you know what? It ain't even about gender. It's about the spirit. Like, fuck this body. You know, I could still have my titties and my pussy and be like, I'm a man if I wanted to. So the fact that you're doing all that extra shit is something to do with something else. Okay. So a lot of times just people just real broken, and then the more sacrifices that they make, see they program this shit in you, you know. The more sacrifices that they make, like as you go down, you don't cut off your titties now. Now you feel like you gotta commit. You gotta commit to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you feel go get some surgery that you're gonna get a penis, but you ain't gonna ever be able to enjoy that penis like a real penis, like a penis that already existed on their body when it came out the womb. It ain't gonna be the same sensation. It ain't gonna do the same thing, you know, and you have to go through all this extra shit just to get a hard. It ain't gonna be the same. Like through your whole experience going through that, you gonna feel like this is some fake shit. Like this is some fake shit, but you at that point you gotta commit to it. You feel like it. So now you trapped in your traumas. You can't even you might even come to the realization like, damn, I'm really just traumatized. But you can't really accept that because you already on sacrifice so much. But really, you could let all that shit go. You could let all that shit go. Just afraid to. Cause people create their whole identity around this fake shit, like their whole life, their whole identity, you know, to let it all go is terrifying to them. So they just committed to being a fake ass motherfucker all their life. That's their choice. Shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. But what was the whole point of talking about that? Mm-mm-mm. See, none of this shit really matters. It really don't. But they program us to care about so much shit that it could never be peace. Never people can never come together just because they have a different mentality on something. But that's the thing. They too attached to the mentality. I've been noticing that lately that a lot of times I do not even be paying attention to my mind. I'm just like right now, I'm talking and I have not thought about nothing that I said since the whole time I was fucking talking. Okay. It comes completely from my spirit and I'm comfortable with doing that now. I had to get comfortable. Like people see me in the beginning, I was really nervous. And on top of that, I wasn't used to taking in that much energy and stuff like that. So I had to slowly migrate into things and whatnot. But at this point, I don't give a fuck because I see that there's no point in giving a fuck. None. Hold on. Oh, okay, it's on the right one. No point in giving a fuck. None. Absolutely none at all. You know, people in all types of fucked up situations because they gave a fuck about like the wrong thing. Um, See, I'm to a point I'm not even operating that way. You know, you see me give a fuck about things, but I give a fuck about it in a different way. It's not attached to like a mentality or something like that. It's just because it is, you know, and it's gonna be that until it ain't. And you know, I seen it be and then not be. So yeah, yeah. Mm. I'm gonna talk about it because it's coming up in my head. I guess it's attached to what I just said. Like I remember that night when Enoch he made that post and everything. And I'm like, I'm not watching his videos. And like I said that I pushed on the little three thoughts. I said thoughts. I meant dots. But I'm at two places at once. That's why that even happened. Cause I'm thinking about something else at the same time that I'm talking about that. See? And that don't fucked up my speech. But yeah, because I'm starting to feel too much about it and stuff. So now my mind is activating and my mind be wanting to shut shit down. See what I'm saying? So the mind is programmed with all this shit to hinder you, really. So you have to really get into your spirit so that you could observe the mind and you could utilize it like a tool instead of it controlling you because you're going to be a miserable motherfucker if you allow it to control you. I'm talking about miserable, okay? Especially in these times. Look, it don't make no sense. They purposely fucking with us because everything is high as fuck for no reason. You know, no motherfucking reason, bitch. So they obviously fucking with us. They really trying to push us deeper and deeper in oppression, but they're not going past a certain amount because they know that it would cause a rebellion or something. They don't seen it happen too many times. So they know what they doing, but they applying the pressure though. They applying it, okay? But let me spirit reminded me about that story. Damn bitch. Yeah. And I said, do not recommend this channel. And I wasn't seeing none of his videos. Nothing was recommended from him. But then I seen that post. But, you know, I was reading it, but I thought it was somebody else because I know somebody else that I watch and they have a similar profile. Some Egyptian type shit. So I was reading it and I was like, hold up, what the fuck is going on? Like, who is this? So I went back and read that it was him. You know, I was disconnected, but you know, in that moment, I realized that I care because that's just what is. Mm-mm-mm. It's a lot of spirits around. It's a crazy fucking time right now. I mean, crazy time. Something going on. So there was a time, this was like after ayahuasca and everything. Ayahuasca, the first time I took it, it showed me gratitude. The other times I took it, it was whack. So anyways, hmm. I have thought about taking DMT before, but I don't know, it's a bit extreme. It's a bit extreme. I don't really feel like I need it at this point, but be that as it may. I was really starting to open up spiritually, and I had like a lot of spirits around me and stuff. And I got an energy reading, and the girl said that, yeah, they seeing something about your light and they just curious. So I asked for my spirit guide to like come into my dream because I seen a video and somebody suggested this. I asked my spirit guide to come into my dream um, and speak with me and everything. So that night, I went into sleep paralysis and I seen this light being and it was coming towards me and I could feel the energy of it. And I started to say, I'm not ready yet. Like, I'm not ready yet. So the light being started to slowly back away. And behind it, I seen like rows and rows of spirits, light beings. So, for a long time after that, I felt like I made a mistake. That's what I felt like. Like I pushed it away. Like maybe I missed out on something. Maybe, you know, I fucked up or something. That's how I felt. But now I know that no, that was just the truth of the matter at that time. I was definitely not ready. But I had asked for confirmation and spirit just showed up to show me confirmation. But it was okay that I wasn't ready. It was okay. It was expected as well. Um, actually, what I have learned is that a lot of shit I actually had to be slowed down on because I was doing things too quickly and everything. But that's because um awarenesses and everything. I did this a lot of times. So it's like I be running through shit, and that's when I run into certain obstacles. Like some shit, I'm not even supposed to be running towards it like I be doing it and stuff like that. Like I'm too like response responsive to things. Like I'm really responsive. So there was other obstacles. It's like, okay, it's like you playing a video game, right? And it's like one of those open world games like Realm or something like that. And you get to this castle place and everything, and it's supposed to be like extremely hard for you to get there, but somehow you wiggle your way around and stuff. You found the loophole or some shit like that. So you end up at the castle and then you go and you try to defeat the boss or something, but they tell you like uh they don't respond to you. They tell you like, you gotta go complete something else first. Like you're not even supposed to be here yet. You gotta go complete something else first. So it be shit like that. So you be like, damn. So you telling me I have to go all the way back anyways? It be like that. So and that should be real frustrating. And the crazy thing is, like, when you're going back, you already know what to expect as you going forward. So you going through shit and you already know, like, damn, I gotta go through this shit just because. I gotta go through this shit just be, you going through the lesson, but you kind of like over it, you know. I guess that's why a lot of times people kind of see me like nonchalant, like I don't be giving a fuck, because at that point I already know some shit. Like, so I might not give a fuck. I might not give a fuck at that point because I know. So yeah. And I guess some people be thinking like, how you don't give a fuck about that? You know, sometimes the space that I be tapping into, the energy, the thinking and everything, like I felt myself going into it and then I stuttered, you know. That's a place that you don't even have to use words and shit like that. It's just a place of knowing. So but in the 3D, it just kind of show you like what's ahead. Like, this is gonna lead to this, which is gonna lead to this, and whatever like that. And I spent time as a guardian and everything, and in that line of spiritual work, you automatically operate like that. You already see the pattern of what's ahead, you know. So when people come to me and they be telling me about stuff or whatever, I instantly be seeing like what's going to happen, because that's what makes sense. I mean, that's just how energy is, that's how it flows. So, and shit, even sometimes when I think that I'm wrong, I be right in some type of aspect, as in, um, like a lot of times I might say something, but the person be like, no, that ain't it. And be like, okay, but it do be it. It's just that they don't see it. Like, they don't see it, or it was maybe a feeling or emotion that they had, but they haven't put it into thought or words or something like that. But eventually it will come up, and yeah. Anyways, let me go do the Diana thing.